From the outside, the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 might look pretty much identical to the last version of the camera, but in this video we're talking about 15 new updates that the Ace Pro 2 features over the Ace Pro original version. So, firstly, dual chips. We've got the same 5nm chip that the last version had, but we've got 2 chips inside of this camera, and the second chip is dedicated to image processing. So there's been some massive updates, and you can tell the difference between the two cameras in my personal opinion. You've got updates like 8K 30 instead of just 8K 24 and 30. You've got updates to the pure video mode. This camera is by far the best low light camera you can buy when it comes to action cameras. It just blows pretty much everything out of the water. I don't know what they're doing to the image processing, but low light just looks absolutely phenomenal. So that's the first thing. They've got 2 chips inside of here. It works just as quickly as the last version, but you've got that dedicated image processing chip inside there to really make sure that the image quality you get out of this camera is really high quality. The second one is that you can now connect USB-C microphones to the USB-C port on the Ace Pro 2. So things like the Rode Wireless Pro 2, I'm going to be connecting that for an upcoming vlogging setup video. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe because that's going to be coming soon. That's a big upgrade and pretty much a deal-breaking feature for me personally. Having external audio options is the thing that I want the most from an action camera, in all honesty. All of them have got pretty good image quality. Even the GoPro, the Action 5 Pro, great quality, but when it's got an external audio option, that's what really sells it for me. So you can plug USB-C microphones into this for great external audio. Next, we've got the new wind guard on the front. If you don't want to use external audio, you're just using this as it is. In camera, the audio's very good. They've got some really good quality algorithms that they've figured out on this to reduce the wind noise, voice suppression as well. If you're in a really busy environment, it blocks out the noise cancellation kind of thing. So the wind guard on the front is just for the built-in audio. If you're going underwater, you can take this off. It just clips off, basically, like so. And then you put the plastic one that comes in the box with it if you're going in water, you're diving down. So that's just a thing to note. That's a new feature with this. But the wind guard really does help with stopping that wind noise if you're just using the standalone audio in camera. Number 4 is reverse charging. Now that was something that really shocked me. I didn't expect that to come in the new camera. This could actually be life-saving when you come to think about it. I know it's been a little bit dramatic, but if you're in a scenario where your phone is dead and you can't find your way home, and you've got your Ace Pro 2 with you with battery in it, you can plug your phone into that to charge your phone up. So it's got reverse charging option. That could, you know, theoretically, I know we're going up the higher end of, you know, scenarios, but that really could be a life-changing feature for somebody out there. What a feature that is. I'm really impressed that they've got reverse charging in this. Next is a removable lens guard. Now that was something that a lot of people didn't appreciate about the last Ace Pro. You couldn't remove the lens guard on this, and that was pretty much due down to patent problems. I don't think they get the patent through in time. There was some restrictions with the design, so they've done that now. They've sorted it over the last year or so. You've got now a removable lens guard in here, so if it does crack, you drop it, break it for any reason, then you can replace that lens guard. It's got a slightly wider field of view. It's got 157 degrees of basic field of view on the lens compared to 151 degrees on the Ace Pro 1. You've got updates to video modes like 30 frames per second in 8K, not just restricted to 24 frames per second. You've got 24 and 30 in the new model, and you've also got 4K 60 in pure video mode. They've updated the pure video mode as well this year to be, they've sort of called it Pure Video Plus. They've updated it. That new dedicated image processor that you've got in there, that second chip, helps improve, if that was possible, improve the pure video mode. So it's Pure Video Mode Plus. It's a big upgrade over last year's model. It looks a lot better and a lot smoother as well. They've added some more noise reduction to it, which really does help in noisy, low light environments. You've also got 360 lock in camera, so you can select that in 4K 30, I do believe, and you can have the horizon locked no matter which way you turn it. That's something they've sort of borrowed from the Go 3S, I do believe. So that's in this camera as well now. The last version only had horizon leveling up to 45 degrees, so now, you know, there's a bit of a crop, but you have got 360 degree lock in this as well. You've got 50 megapixel photos, up from 48 megapixel photos last year. You've got a 12-meter waterproof ceiling on here, so if you are going down to do some snorkeling or whatever, you can get down to 12 meters, add in that plastic clip on the front. Remember, take off that wind guard first before you go in water. With the Ice Pro 1, it was only down to 10 meters, so that's an improvement. You've also got a slightly bigger touchscreen on the front. This selfie flip screen is one of the killer features for me as well as that external audio. Having a screen on the top so you can see yourself, which is big and easy to touch and usable. Then that's 2.5 inches now, up from 2.4 inches on the Ice Pro 1. You've got a dedicated underwater mode, which is in the menu. You can select it and it optimizes the camera for underwater recording video, so it takes some of that distortion out of it because you've got the refraction with the water and whatever, adds a little bit of a color correction. So a dedicated underwater mode, if you're doing a lot of snorkeling or scuba diving even with this camera, that is the mode for you. And then you've got endurance mode as well, which really extends the battery life of the camera, but it does restrict some different modes, like you can't use voice control, you can't use gesture control, things like that, or the Bluetooth remote. So if you really want to extend the battery of the camera, you've got the endurance mode as well, which you can select to get up to 180 minutes worth of record time. And then lastly, we've got pre-record mode, which is up to 120 seconds of pre-record. So for the example I gave in the main video when I compared it against a GoPro was the fact that you could be a fisherman or something and catch a fish, press record and capture the previous 120 seconds of video. So that will drain the battery, I should imagine. I haven't tested it out properly yet, but up to 120 seconds of pre-recorded video. There are other features that they've added, they've improved from the Ice Pro 1, but the Ice Pro 2, like I said, on the outside looks like a sort of an S upgrade, but when you really dive deeper into using this camera every day, like I have, reviewing it over the last few weeks or so, there are some significant updates over the Ice Pro 1, so if you are thinking about upgrading, I do think it's a well worth upgrade. Okay, that's it for this video. If you want to grab either of these cameras, then there is a link in the description down below, and if I've got any discount codes or anything, I'll put it in the pinned comment for you. Thanks for watching though. Make sure you do subscribe. I'm going to be covering lots more on this camera and other action cameras as well on this channel. We do all sorts of tech as well, so stay tuned, press that bell. There's lots of cool stuff coming up really soon. But that's the Insta360 Ace Pro 2, a well worth upgrade of last year's model.